I recently had the pleasure of interviewing young Whangarei writer Naomi Moore. Naomi was just 13 when she completed an unfinished manuscript by her grandfather Anthony Hodges not long after his death. I started by asking Naomi how long she had been writing.
I've always made up stories ever since I was little, ever since I could pick up a pencil and before.
What do you like about writing?
It's just a way to get out your ideas and your imagination and have fun while you're doing it.
Where do you get your ideas?
My ideas just crop up all the time, so I have to carry around with me a hardback exercise book, and I carry it around with me to school, and if I have an idea, I just jot it down. If it's just an idea for an entire novel or just a sentence that I think sounds good, or even if it's just a name that I think I could use, I'll just jot it down.
So who inspired you to write?
For Chasing the Rainbow, it was my grandfather who wrote the first half of the book, and so I had to draw on him for sort of inspiration. And also, since the book was started about 40 years ago, it was sort of Enid Blyton era, and I liked Enid Blyton a lot when I was little, so I sort of drew on her stories for inspiration as well.
What methods do you use for writing?
Normally, I don't plan anything. I just sit down and write something just for the point of writing it. And if I think it'll amount to anything, I'll sit down and plan something and carry on from there.
How do you plan it?
I have to read through what I've written and sort of figure out what's going to happen next and how it's going to end and what the most important parts are going to be, and just carry on from there.
And Chasing the Rainbow, where did you start writing?
Have you read the book?
Yeah.
Could you figure out where I started writing?
No.
Normally I don't tell people where I started writing exactly because of that reason, because people think it blends in quite well and they can't really figure it out for themselves. But I like to see if they can sort of figure it out for themselves.
What sort of books do you like to read?
Mostly any book I can get my hands on, but I prefer to read animal books and fantasy books. My favourite author at the moment is Terry Pratchett, but I don't really write like him. My writing's more like my other favourite author, who is Erin Hunter, who writes a series of books about cats.
What other books have you written?
I've actually written 2 other books completely right now. The first one is called Evie, and it's about a young cat called Evie who lives in an alleyway with her family. But one day she gets lost in a forest, which is completely alien to her, and she doesn't know how to survive. And so the book kind of follows how she survives in this forest. And the second book is called Stella, and it's about a young house dog called Stella, and she's much loved by one of her owners and a bit spoilt and disobedient, and she has a fascination with wolves. And one day she gets an opportunity to meet with a pack of wolves from the forest nearby, and she takes the opportunity and eventually befriends the wolves. And information on both of those and Chasing the Rainbow can be found on my website, which is www.naomi-moore.co.uk.
What would you say to kids out there that have an idea for a story? How would they start?
You just sort of have to sit down and just write because you feel like writing, and eventually you'll get there. You'll get something that's good, and you just go on from there.
Are you working on anything now?
Well, like I said before, I normally just sit down and write something for the point of writing it. So I've got half a dozen beginnings and dozens of ideas and hundreds upon thousands of just jotted sentences and ideas, so we'll have to wait and see.
Chasing the Rainbow is a 100-page fantasy book. The story is set in Sussex, England, where 2 boys climb up a magic rainbow and find themselves in the midst of a war over Earth's weather. They have to find the wizard Zor in order to get back to Earth. I really enjoyed reading this book, and I really couldn't tell when Naomi started writing. Maybe you can if you read the book. As Naomi said, it is available through her website, naomimoore.co.uk.